Hey guys, StarCraft here, and oh boy, once again, new issue of Superman's out, and it's time for me to go over it. But, sorry, but as always, it's the digital one. But I'm gonna try and do it through this way, the way of doing it. I mean, I do have a copy of it. I do have it digitally, and I will be getting a paper one as soon as I get off of work. But at the same time, though, yeah, it's how to say this. This issue is like so many of Bendis' work. You have a whole, this is the typical Bendis stuff. You have a whole bunch of issues of talking, almost nothing, very little progression. And once you get into the last issue or two, boom, off to the races, and it's a whole lot of action. It's like, seriously, good lord, this is what we've been building up to. When really, all of this build-up feels like nothing. It feels like we were building up to this for nothing. So, now, to be fair, apparently this has all been building up from the first 6 issues as well as stuff before this Unity saga started with John. So, okay, in that regard, if you're looking at it as one big, huge arc for the first year, then fine, whatever. But, let's just dive right in, shall we? As it looks like Rogar Zar has now returned again, wanting further death to the House of Al, of course. Again, great cover, and this is mostly going to be by Ivan Rice and Joe Prado, thankfully. But yeah, we open up with the Phantom Zone. Again, very nicely drawn. Again, the artwork on this is always awesome. But we see General Zod waking up as Rogal Zar is basically taunting him, saying, "I'm the destroyer of Krypton," and asking, "How do we get out of here? I've freshly fed and rested, while you need some yellow sunlight. Tell me," and the others told me of this terrain was picked as Krypton's jail because it is so punishing on the Kryptonian body. You have nothing to prove by dying at my hand today, Zod. Basically just keeps on taunting him, saying, "Others tell me that you've escaped. Help me out of here, and I will show you why I destroyed Krypton, and why you would have done the same. And if you are so inclined to help me, you can help me. I'm going to destroy the man that created this place," revealing, of course, that Jor-El is still alive. And yes, Jax-Ur is also helping him. And even Zod's like, "You're with him?" He is rather a delight once you get to know him. As he basically, Rogar explains, a whole army of Jor-El's greatest nightmares, all escaped from his own nightmare dimension. And, well, and basically they're deciding to continue on. As we see, we cut to where we left off. All of these forces are fighting, trying to go after Jor-El, it looks like. As they are basically, just looking on at everything. Superman just watching. Three armies partnered against him, or is is Jor-El just in the middle of a war? Really hard to tell. But Superman hates interstellar battles, as he puts it. Now to be fair, I can't hear inside the ships even with my super hearing. Why are we now having? Oh, it's in space. Oh, when does that ever stop things? Seriously, you're just reworking the powers, saying his X-ray and telescopics are not as reliable out here. Okay, why now are you trying to nerf his stuff in space? As it looks like though, we see Rogal Zar on one ship as Superman flies right towards it, but Rogal retreats, and no idea why. But then Superman sees more and more fighting going on as Jonathan, and as he flies in, Jonathan watches. He joins in as they catch up to Jor-El and keep fighting their way through until Superman decides to go towards the Sanagarian fleet and tell him, "I am Kal-El of Superman of Earth." And you, basically tells them, "Cease fire." And when Superman says, "I said please," they give up. And then he starts giving more orders. "Kunz, cease fire or be destroyed." Others all agree to just withdraw just because Superman's there. Okay, I like it when Superman starts giving his authority and people listen. Okay, that is Superman. Bendis gets points on that one, at least. The threaten to destroy them, no, not going that harshly. I mean, but at the same time, though, I get what he's saying. Basically they explain what is going on. They say, "Why don't you ask him?" To which he goes and asks Jor-El, like, "What have you done So, and basically it says like, so they didn't come for you first. And it turns when he admits Rogol Zar and Drew Zod are basically they went after Jor-El instead of going back to Earth as they had gotten out. And well, basically we've hold on. Oh yeah, basically that turned out to, now I do like this also. They're all talking super speed because they don't have much time, so they're all interacting, which again, I like that. And well, hold on a second. Sorry about that. I got a message from someone. But anyway, they start to compare notes, realizing that this is all a three-pronged attack. And of course the big question is why? Why they do this? And even realize it's disguise. Disguise as what? Well, but then you have Jor and Jonathan, who is not catching on to anything, just being like, why don't you ask him in direct questions? And yeah, why are you under attack? Yeah. Oh, I thought you were going to ask him why he won't answer direct question. So yeah, but of course Jonathan even says, I thought my questions were pretty direct, sir. As he basically explains how, yeah, they all came out and they are all coming in as Rogol Zar finally, he zooms back and well yeah, he basically comes in for the attack, and Jonathan, he goes in for the attack first. Kid, seriously. As they just keep on, they fight a bit more. Some of the stuff is just all over the place, I'll be honest. But then Jor-El decides, like, I'm going, I sent you back to Earth for a reason. And of course he's like, you know what, bite me, Graham. But he stops as Zod appears. But Jonathan spins around and decks him. Okay, that's nice. I will give Jonathan that. He just turns around and decks him one. As well, we're getting Jor-El basically trying to say, as soon as the ship is healed and sealed, he can teleport us right out of there. Don't get distracted. But then everything starts to blow more and more. As well, it is a bad ambush. As Rogol Zar continues fighting, you have then Zod going after and Jonathan, but Jonathan just stops for some reason. I don't know why. As yeah, and then like I was doing, but saying like, my father's lies and half-truths are suffocating me. Rogol's hate stabs at me. Zod's mania devastates me. I hate feeling this way in front of my son, especially after all the time apart. We can't just float here and watch this part of the galaxy rip itself or my father apart. No. As he's just, and again, a lot of this writing, it's like, it's good stuff, but it's just, just a mess. I'm sorry, it is a mess. You're just like, okay, wait, what? Some of it's simple, but then you have the dialogue that makes it complicated. But then we end with Supergirl and Crypto showing up, which if you read last week's Supergirl issue, you know that's where this was leading to. Ending this issue. And this is probably the best issue so far of this arc. I wouldn't say it's the best issue period, but definitely the best issue of this arc. But it's just still a crazy mess. I don't get it. And just not, it's starting to make some sense, but other senses it's not. And what was the whole point of everything leading up to this with making Jonathan older? It's just, it's not rage-inducing. Because again, there's some good in here, good action. And again, there's still the mystery of whatever Rogol Zar is, why he destroyed Krypton. And apparently if Zod's joining in and Jax Ur decided to join in, I mean, unless they just join in just to go after Jor-El, that's one thing. But if he was actually convinced by Rogol Zar to believe what he was, why he did it, okay, I think there's more to, I hope there's more to Zod going on, because they've actually made Zod a bit more complicated. But for the most part, this is just okay. Again, not rage-inducing, but at the same time, it's just, I don't know. Well, that's all I have to say about this one. And tomorrow I will, and well, hopefully tomorrow I will do, depending on how the poll I put online for my Batman TMT video goes, I will either get out a video tomorrow or it might take a little bit longer than that. But here's hoping I can at least get something going. So until then, I'll catch you all later.